Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Come on in, come on in. Well, it's already past midnight. Oh damn, what the hell? Hey y'all, it's already past midnight here in the great state of North Kakalaki. So I was going to start off by saying today is the 27th, but lo and behold, it is the 28th of June, 2025, and I'm waiting now for my co-host and my work wife to come back. Hey, Martin Jackson. Hey, Leanne. Hey, freaking, ugh, if I could talk, frequent flyness. Y'all, if you haven't already subscribed to frequent flyness, you are missing out big time. You
You
are
can hear me?
missing out. Yes, I can hear you.
Hey.
She look, even she come over here, she has technical difficulties, y'all. I don't understand.
Me either.
So I have a big update, and I'm just hop right into it because I had Nana. First of all, yesterday I had kid duties. I had the children, and I had my niece's boys. So I made them walk to
Mm.
they walked with me. I ain't make them walk by themselves. Dang, Lisa, you saying it like child abuse already. Damn.
It's no
I
telling
made
what you make those poor kids do.
okay, I made them walk with me to Lido's.
What is Lido's?
It is a grocery store. It's like they have fresh goods and stuff. Some people might know um the the place. I don't know if anybody knows of Lido's. Is there Lido's in your area? Anybody? Anybody in the chat?
That must be a North Carolinian thing.
Nobody has a Lido's?
It's just a regular
It's
supermarket?
like a yeah, it's how can I compare it? Who is that?
I don't know. Get them the hell out of here. Remove.
They doing too much. Y'all want to be put in timeout? Hey, your son.
Haywood said that's just in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, so Hayward, you know about Lido's though, right? So, anyways, the closest Lido's to me is about, I would say maybe 10 to 15 minutes
Damn.
driving.
So how long was it to walk?
It's an hour.
What in the hell do they sell at that store that
Child,
you needed to be there, drive a whole hour away?
I
I mean, you
wanted
need to
to,
walk
I
a whole
wanted to
hour.
take a walk.
Okay, I guess
I wanted to
that's
walk.
good. It's a good thing. It is a good thing. You need to get your
And
circulation in.
to be honest, that's my actual normal, like when I go for a walk, I walk to places where I can either shop or like look around. Like I make it like a purposeful type of situation. No, I didn't just drop that without. Dang.
The link.
I make it like, yeah, I'm about to. I make it like, purposeful so
Yes,
that
I
I
get it. But the
can,
kids, I know they was
honey, let me
crying,
tell
weren't
you
they?
something. Let me tell you something. They're 8, 7, and 3. And when I
Mm.
tell you, those are the most out of shape 8, 7, and 3 years old kids I have ever seen. I was like, y'all
Funny.
tired? Y'all tired? They was huffing and puffing, breathing heavy. And then we get to the store, and I said, all right, y'all. So, because I had brought my little shopping cart too, because when I walk, I bring my shopping cart, right?
Right?
So I said to them, I said, y'all ready? Like, y'all ready to go back? The oldest one was like, can we please take a Uber?
Ah,
I said, no,
that's a damn shame.
look, I said, no, we cannot take no Uber. I said, you got Uber money? You know what he turned to me and said, y'all?
What?
Because my niece's sons, they call me good guy. They said good guy. And he said good guy. I don't have Uber money, but I don't have money to replace my legs either. I said, shut up. So
That's a
we
damn
ended up,
shame.
hey MD Revo, so we ended up taking an Uber back. I was so disappointed in them because I was ready to get that additional walk in. But
Oh, that's
anyways,
funny.
guys, let me let Lisa out of the suspense because not even Lisa says what knows this tea, y'all.
No, I'm
Lisa
just
says
sitting
what
here
does
hanging
not
on.
know this tea.
She
So
wouldn't tell me, you guys.
would not I wanted her to be gagged just like with everybody else. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna say nothing. Nope. She was like, come on, you could just tell me. I was like, nope, I'm not telling you. So guys, here's hint number one. On May 13th, 2025, and on June 6th, 2025, I went live. And the purpose of the live was a discussion about the filing for a habeas corpus on behalf of Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Life in Prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole. Today, I have an update for everyone. But before we get into the update, I would like to remind everyone in the room, as well as those on the replay gang, what a habeas corpus is. A habeas corpus, meaning you should have the body, is a legal procedure used to challenge the legality of a person's detention. It's a writ, a judicial order that requires a custodian to produce the prisoner in court so a judge can determine if the detention is lawful. The legal right helps to protect against unlawful imprisonment by ensuring that anyone detained can appear before a court and challenge their detention. Okay? So you guys get that, right? Basically, they file documents. I think in my last update, I did it on your show, Lisa, where I said like
Yeah.
they sent in a bunch of paperwork and the COVID the vid thing.
The judge had COVID, so they added the
Yeah,
CDC guidelines.
yeah, and they claim that there was uh and law enforcement, falsification. Like they claimed a lot of things. Now, let's get into the update, right? Shall we? Shall we, Lisa says what? Has
Yes.
everybody hit the like button yet, though? What's going on with my likes? Ooh, my likes look stinky. I know it's late, y'all. I do realize it's late. Replay gang, I'm gonna need y'all help on this one too. Please feed Mr. First name Alga, last name Rhythm. Come on, y'all. Go ahead and hit that like button for me one time if you haven't done so already. Bush babies, I am also talking to you. All of these tea sippers sitting in here and it's only 4 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's get it popping. Help mama out. So, as of 6/24/2025, which was as of today, 4 days ago, a final report and recommendation was filed. I think in our last update, Lisa, on your channel, I explained that they filed the habeas corpus in the wrong district, right? They did it in Middle District
Mm-hmm.
of Georgia. The
Yes.
file was then transferred, it was transmitted electronically over to the appropriate district, which is in the Northern Georgia district. That's where it was supposed to be originally filed. I knew that
Mm-hmm.
ahead of time. I knew that ahead of time, but I didn't say nothing.
Nope. Didn't want to tip
So,
them off.
no. And it says regarding petition for writ of habeas corpus filed by Eligio Bishop, the court recommended that this action be dismissed without prejudice.
Mm.
Now, what does that mean? A case dismissed without prejudice means the case is closed for now, but not permanently. The plaintiff, or in this case, the inmate, is allowed to refile this case in the future. Now, y'all, it's been dismissed, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's just the first part of the letter. Y'all want me to continue with the letter? Let me check these lights. Let me see if Mr.
Nope.
Alga, let me see if Mr. Alga belly's fat.
When was this
Let me see.
filed?
June 24th, 2025. Or are you talking about this dismissal letter?
Yes.
Okay, June 24, 2025.
Okay.
Now, let me give you a quick rundown so that everybody understands where we're at as far as uh Eligio Bishop. Let me pull up my files. And we're not done yet. We're not done with the tea yet, tea sippers. Bear with me. I just want to make sure that everybody's on all on one accord. So, and I like to be thorough. I like to be thorough. So, this is what had happened. What had happened was on May 8th, 2025, they submitted their first petition for this writ of habeas corpus. It was
Mm-hmm.
rejected because Nature Boy's signature had to be on the form, and it wasn't.
Right.
So then on June 2nd, Team Too Much went ahead and resubmitted it. They submitted it with a court letter, an exhibit index. They had a CDC vid 19 isolation guideline. They had the Rolling Stones news article. They had an exhibit saying that detectives falsified police documents. They also have a document, an exhibit stating that there was juror misconduct and bias.
Isn't that because one of
Um,
the jurors fell asleep?
I don't know. There was
Okay.
also a motion for a new trial filed in DeKalb County. Additionally, the certificate of service in an envelope. Okay. All of this is scanned in because it's the federal government. They keep everything. Okay. Even the envelope. So on June 9th, the filing fee was received, which was $5. On June 10th, it was the information was reviewed and they acknowledged receipt. However, they also realized that these folks, Think Too Much, filed it in the wrong district, and it was
Mm-hmm.
electronically submitted over to Georgia's Northern District.
Wait, wait,
Now
wait.
we're
So, wait. So,
mhm,
when it was filed incorrectly by Team Too Much,
without his
the,
signature.
without, then you said it was refiled electronically. What did that?
No, no, no. When it was filed improperly by them on May 8th, 2025,
Mm-hmm.
without his signature, the court notified them
All right.
that we cannot accept this without the actual petitioner's signature. So they obtained his signature and resubmitted the filing on June 2nd back into the Middle District of Georgia.
But
And on June
was
9th, well,
hmm
go ahead.
it was supposed to have been filed in a different district.
Right.
And who
But
filed? Okay, go ahead. That's the
on
part I
June
was.
9th, 2025, they paid the filing fee of $5. And then on June 10th, the Middle District acknowledged receipt. However, they also acknowledged the fact that it was filed in the wrong jurisdiction. So the court, the federal court, because they have PACER and they have electronic sharing capabilities, they ship his documents from the Middle District over to the Northern District where it was supposed to be filed in the first place.
Got it.
Okay? We tracking everybody? So it was received by the Northern District, and they, the first part of the letter that I've read so far, for those of you just coming in, let me back it up. I'm going to back up a little bit. The letter states, regarding petition for writ of habeas corpus filed by Eligio Bishop, the court recommended that this action be dismissed without prejudice. What does that mean? A case dismissed without prejudice means the case is closed for now, but not permanently. The plaintiff,
Hmm.
or in this case, the inmate, is allowed to refile this case in the future. Now, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue. Where did it go? Dismiss without prejudice.
And
Uh,
just in case you guys weren't clear, dismiss without prejudice is that Nature Boy and Team Too Much can refile the same motion, or a similar motion on this subject, on this topic.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes,
If it
it
was
can be. But let
right.
me let me let me explain. Let me just
Okay.
explain. Okay, let me explain. Lisa's had fun. Because this is a whole key. This is a whole key right here. All right. Where is it? Hold on.
While you're
Without
finding that,
prejudice.
okay, go ahead.
Dismissed without prejudice for failure. Drum roll, please. Dismissed for failure to exhaust state remedies and certificate of appealability be denied.
Whoa, whoa, wait. What the hell does that mean? If it means what I
Well,
think it means, then you're right, John. Game over.
no, it's not game over. It's not game over. It's not. What I'm
Be-
getting at is if you go back to my live stream in May as well as in June, I said both times they have skipped steps.
yes,
They have put
you.
the cart before the horse, and I'm not going to explain the steps that they missed,
Mm-hmm.
but they've missed multiple. And I told everyone in May and in June, the beginning of this month, that this was going to be a failure. And here we are before the end of the month, and it's already failed.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, what does it mean about appealability?
Okay, all right. So, what does that mean? When a certificate of appealability, a COA, is denied, it means the court has refused to allow a person to appeal a decision, usually in a federal habeas corpus case, a type of case where someone is in prison and challenges the legality of their detention. What is a certificate of appealability?
Mm-hmm.
It is permission from a court that a prisoner must get before they can appeal to a federal
Ah,
judge's ruling in a habeas
right.
corpus case.
Got it.
The COA is only granted if the person shows there is a established, a substantial showing of the denial of a constitutional right.
Mm,
So,
okay.
like I said, from the beginning of these filings, seen too much, y'all do too much, and don't know enough. And I said y'all was missing steps, and all the time I'm saying they're missing steps, they're missing steps. They still didn't correct what they needed to correct. I mean,
They're
they
doing the
probably
bare minimum because they don't know what to do. It's not like, okay, you have to have critical thinking skills firing on all cylinders to get through this. People go to law school for 3 years to learn how to be an attorney. Then they intern, and then they learn more about how to be an attorney. Then they take the bar exam, and then that helps them qualify for being an attorney. This isn't just something anybody can do with Chat GPT. They are
but
trying to
Lisa
get a
says what?
new trial.
But
What?
Lisa, I researched everything, and I know if somebody wanted my help with an appeal right now in DeKalb County, I know how to do it.
And your point is, didn't I start this off by saying you have to use all of your critical thinking skills
Mm,
to accomplish this?
okay.
They have been so dumbed down. They have had to, now he expects them to have all of this knowledge and all of this ability. They spent the past 7 years in a yes man cult. I don't know how he expected that they would be able to prove this, other than the fact they are just doing things to appease him. Like they're just doing the bare minimum. They're not researching. They can't go back and tell him, hey, we've got to do this, and this. No, he wants the fastest way possible. He is not interested in uh doing the work to get there.
Well, word on the curb was he told, I think he said on Hood Horrors, and I also heard on Beyonce's internet that he said he was getting out next month. I don't know, boo.
Yes.
You're staying home. You're staying home. Tell your
Somebody,
boyfriend Bubbles you're staying home.
I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying that they would not be surprised if they tried a prison break. If
I
they
wouldn't
tried to
either.
break him out of prison.
I wouldn't either.
And the person I was talking to said if they would have just kept their noses clean, they probably could have got jobs at making state prison as COs in the
Mm-hmm.
time that it took them to do all these wacky things. But they don't think things out. They don't have the intellect. And Nature Boy is so erratic. He's not thinking rationally, and they're probably getting their legal advice from Papa John, Mr. T. He's probably
Mm-hmm.
guiding them as to what to do, or they're getting, legal advice from some Bigo lawyer, and Chat GPT.
And for,
Whoever he's listening to, they are failing you, Nature Boy. Whoever
mm-hmm.
it is you are listening to, whoever is telling you, oh, yes, sir, boss, it's all going to be okay. We can do this. We can file a habeas corpus, and this is going to spring you from jail. He should have had enough by now of people telling him, giving him false hope. He's been relying on false hope since the day he got in there.
He's only got
He's
false
been
hope to hold on to. What else is there?
would at least do this properly. They have
Mm,
nothing else to do but really hanker down and learn this stuff. Like you said, if somebody needed help on an appeal, you could assist them in it.
yep.
They have the access. The internet is the great equalizer. They have the same information as you do. They just don't have the intellect, and
You
they
could
don't have
even
the aptitude.
you could even register for like law libraries and stuff like that. There's a lot of resources out there because of my other channel on the docket. I'm studying more up on the law, and if there's a point of interest, I just delve deep into it and just you don't even have to read it. You could have your phone read it to you. It's like I don't understand what they're doing aside from pretending to be homeless living in a tent.
You rebuffed me the other day when I said this, but I have to chalk it up to laziness.
I said they're pretending. You,
No,
Lisa says what? Believe that they're living in a tent.
that is not what I was talking about. I said that they are lazy, and you told me you didn't think they were lazy.
Oh, I don't think they're lazy. I just think at this juncture, I think they don't want him out. I think they like I think they like that he's not there. And they only have to deal with him over the phone or in the comments. I mean, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes, definitely. I would be
I mean,
excited that he's gone. I don't have to
yeah,
sleep with him. I don't have to.
yeah,
He can't hit me.
yeah. I'm not waiting on him a hand and foot brushing his little bit of hair he got on his head and adding extensions. I don't have to cut his toenails. I don't
And
have to
wiping
rub
his
his
picking
feet.
shit off of him.
Yeah, I don't have to do nothing. None of it. Now he has to wash his arse on his own. I
I
would
guess.
I would be doing it. That's I've come to uh, can't nobody tell me they just don't want him out. But look, for those of you who are just coming in, I am updating everyone on the habeas corpus filing. The final report was issued on June 24th, 2025. The final report and recommendation regarding petition for writ of habeas corpus filed by Eligio Bishop. The court recommend that this action be dismissed without prejudice for failure to exhaust state remedies and a certificate of appealability be denied. Signed by Magistrate Judge Christopher C. Bly.
Wow.
Okay?
So they have to, in essence, they have to start from scratch and go and you do the proper uh protocol,
They can follow the proper protocol or they can do whatever they want to
but they have to start all over. This
do.
this whole exercise has been for nothing.
Yeah, and they spent $5 of their donations because they still don't have jobs, but they spent $5 of their donations to pay the filing fee, and I'm sure it's only $5 because he's in jail, so that's understandable.
Wow. Well, it pays to have an attorney. It pays to listen to your attorney, and you cannot turn jungle girls into attorneys. I don't know. His best bet was Aya. He ran her off, and now he's stuck with Efru and Zoka.
Well, you are of the opinion that he ran her off. I am of the opinion that she's still down like four flat tires. So let's just be clear.
Well, whether she's there or not, well, she's not there because we know Efru didn't work
Obviously,
with this.
did you just say obviously?
Obviously, she did not work on this. I would hope Aya would have enough sense to say, "We're doing this wrong, guys. This is not the right correct route." I don't know. I just think she would have, since she's older, that she might have a little more. She might be a little more with it.
Lisa, Aya was
Hmm.
also bowing down to Tanisha. She was bowing down to Tanisha to the point where she started to complain to
Imani.
Imani, saying how she doesn't understand why she's still doing this because she's older than her. And, like she's much older, so she doesn't even understand why she's still doing this. But she
And I
kept
think
doing
she
it.
and I think yeah, and I think she got sick of doing it.
No, mm-mm.
She told Imani that was 2 years ago.
She told
You don't
Imani
think she'd
that.
be, if she was feeling that thin, you know she was feeling it now, especially with with Malia starting to embrace her role at when she was
Lisa says
being all
what?
snippy.
Lisa says what? I will believe that Aya is gone when the heavens open up.
Well, prepare for the heavens to open up.
That's it. That's when I'll believe that she's gone.
Hey, let me just
Until
say this
then,
real quick
go
before
ahead.
you get off my butt.
Hmm.
Kobe, Kobe Wiley. I just wanted to say, you keep me going by listening, and I know Medea probably feels the same way. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we can help you through the night shift.
Oh, on the night shift, gonna be
Yep.
some sweet
Sweet
time
times
coming down
going down
on the
on the
night shift.
night shift.
Thank you for being here, Kobe. But yeah, that you sister, like I have to work on my, but you know what? It's okay. I let Lisa says what have her dreams. I don't try to crush all of her dreams. I don't. It's not worth it.
Thank you for patronizing me. I appreciate it.
I just let her.
No, but so they're gonna have to start all over again. He's probably furious.
And you
He's
know what?
probably
Hold
blaming the
on.
courts.
Hold on, y'all. Do y'all realize that? Let me see when Team Too Much started going live on Bigo begging for donations. Because it's funny to me that it was just weird. I was like, why did they just pop up out of nowhere? They just pop back out on Beyonce's internet out of nowhere, talking about they living in a tent, created this whole ruse of a video to show that they put poppies picture and all that other trash in a storage. That was June 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
2025. So they may have known through electronic means that this was coming. It's just strange to me. But yeah, they should have known when I said it. Y'all should have listened when I told y'all. But who am I? I don't know anything.
They listen to the lives. They read the
They
comments in the comment
look,
section.
they certain look, they really do listen to the live streams because when they went live to last night, they were putting an emphasis on the fact that it's nighttime and they're live in their homeless tent.
Exactly. After you challenge them, they never take it. I don't know. You give them so many opportunity chances and opportunities, as they like to say. You told them, hey, I'll get you those transcripts. Just tell us where Tanisha is, right?
Hmm.
They didn't listen. When they first filed the habeas corpus, he said, hey, I'm not gonna tell you guys, but you laughed at their filing. So that
Yep.
should have been a clue that this is not gonna go the way we think it is.
Hmm.
They never listened. All I never. I've been telling Nature Boy through this channel and my channel that he needs to dump those two and stop being so lazy and do it himself.
Well,
They're
I'm not.
dragging him down.
I ain't trying to be funny or anything, but like on some real stuff, like I looked at them on the live today and I was like, hmm, they're looking older.
Yes.
They're
Mm-hmm.
looking much older.
Yep. They
Now I
lost that
don't know.
youthful glow.
Right. They look like older women. Like, and when I say older women, I'm like, okay, and I hate to do this, but I'm going to. Let's compare what Velvet, Janae, Brianna,
Kendra.
like the women who have left. Let's compare and just picture them in your mind, and then compare them to Ephraim and Zoka.
Yeah. I mean, Kendra,
The
to me, hasn't aged a bit since she first went to carbonation. She looks
none.
to me the exact same.
Hmm. And
Velvet, she has a youthful looking face in anyway. She looks a lot younger than what she is. If
hmm.
she didn't have those three kids, she could pass for a teenager.
Right. But
But
I'm just
yeah,
saying there's a youthfulness to
hmm
all of the other ladies. Whereas these two, they look like they've aged like 6 years.
they have, they
Six
have,
years
and it's
though? It
showing.
hasn't been 6 years.
I think it's been 6 years. He's
No,
been out. He's
I'm
he,
talking about since he's been incarcerated.
yeah. hmm hmm
It's kind of scary. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, what do y'all think in the comments? Are my eyes deceiving me? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that especially Efru and
Yes.
Juju. I saw a picture of Juju today popped up on my timeline. Video of him. He's in a waterfall rapping or doing something, and he looks so old. He
Mm.
looks like he has aged. He used to just be the cutest little guy, and uh he always looked the youngest. He and Loyal always look like the and Pisces. They look like the youngest three. And oh my goodness, he looks like an old alcoholic.
Oh my
He's got
gosh.
dark circles under his eyes. It's just bad. They're stressed. It's a
Yeah,
stressful life.
yeah. And I think they're actually probably not really taking good care of themselves.
No, Jax tonight was talking about he was pooping outside and that he
No.
carries baby wipes with him everywhere he goes. I doubt that very
Oh
seriously.
my
Maybe
God.
he said, "Oh, he uses organic baby wipes that aren't made out of trees." I'm like, "What the hell? What kind of what
Okay.
is it made out of? Plastic?"
Okay, cool.
Yeah, toilet paper not made out of trees. Baby wipes that are biodegradable. I'm like, well, it sounds expensive. Where are you getting that kind of money from, Jax? That you can have these couture baby wipes? And yeah, he's pooping outside,
Lord.
giving his pot back to the earth while living in a home.
Mm, mm, mm.
I mean,
Well,
the everybody that got out, they're going through they're having growing pains. A lot of them. Some of them are doing it online, some of them are doing it offline, but they're all growing, but they're all going in the same direction. They're all trying to get better. They're all trying to recapture their lives. You know, they're all trying to make something of themselves beyond carbonation.
right.
And these two are stuck.
I mean, Solar just released a solo album.
He sure did. Called Serious, and it is not bad. Do not listen to Medea.
Oh my
Medea is a
God.
hater. Medea is a failed singer, and she is a
No,
hater.
I'm not.
Medea always wanted to be a great singer. She thought she's Mary J. Blige. She did not succeed. They made her perform at the Center for the Deaf and Blind, and even they booed her. They couldn't even hear her.
Oh my
No,
God.
Solar's album is very nice and it is positive, and he's not talking about anything negative. He's not talking about guns, girls, and the D word. He's not.
Well,
He's doing positive, affirming rap music.
well, Solar, his music, I would expect nothing less, and I don't know if anybody else here would expect anything less than Lisa Says What to say that Solar's music is good. I think we all kind of we understand the assignment. You're not gonna say his music was terrible. I
No,
think
I'm
I
not.
just listen. He's just not a rapper. Like Solar is going to, and I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to be mean.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I don't know how to give it to people any way other than straight no chaser. Solar
I
needs
would
to get
suggest y'all listen to the album yourselves
yeah,
and
listen
then
to
make
it.
your
Yeah, no. Listen to it and make your come up with your own conclusion. But my opinion of the album and his artistry is that I fear that Solar is going to end up like Dad C.
ooh, oh boy,
Yeah, yeah,
oh boy.
yes.
I hope Solar he's already winning. He has put out his music. He is already uh he has a little fan base, and
Can you say little again?
no, I will not. He has a
Uh,
fan base.
no, can you just say he has that? He has his little fan. You're right. You were correct. He has his little fan base. And I, okay. What I will say is that he needs to plan for the future. That's it.
He should plan for the future. That's for
Hmm.
sure. No, is
Yeah.
he going to be the next Travis Scott? Absolutely not. Is he going to be XXX Tentacion? No. He's going to be Solar, and he says he puts out his music for people to gain inspiration from. So
Hmm.
I don't think he's doing this for money. On the other hand, you're absolutely right. He should be making long term plans. He's in school learning animation. That's an honest trade.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think the music is more just an outlet for him.
Okay. I'm just thinking of the fact that he has two children,
That's
and
true.
his music is not. I mean, it could be inspirational, but it's not going to buy diapers, wipes,
No,
nightgowns, sweaters. It's not going to do any of that.
no, it's definitely not.
No,
But I don't want to crap on his dreams.
I'm not
Um,
cracking on it. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Speaking of music, just like music, Shaka is going to be performing at the Beehive in Los Angeles, California tomorrow between 5,
Yay!
yeah, 5 p.m. and he has a special guest he's bringing on the stage with him. And so if you're
Hmm.
in town, if you're in Los Angeles, you know where the Beehive is. It's downtown in the industrial district. And yeah, so he's going to be performing there.
That's
His new
awesome.
song, "Why You Lying," Bin Laden, and Bill Cosby. Those are his three big songs.
Yeah, but you know what? And again, I'm just straight no chaser. I like Shaka's flow. I think Shaka has the raspy voice. He reminds me of like somebody from G Unit. I don't really know like if it's Tony Yayo or Lloyd Banks. He just has that rah like
Yeah,
that.
he's if he's gonna sound like somebody, it's probably close to Banks.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he does, but the one thing I will say is I don't know that gangster ghetto hood rat rich this that this my chain so thick rap really suits him.
I don't either. I think he needs to
Uh,
stay on the conscious tip.
yeah. And you can make conscious, poppin'.
Cool.
Yeah, you can
Yes,
make it poppin'.
absolutely.
I just think that's his lane. Him and Caliber.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think that's their lane. I really do. And I mean, and as artists, they're gonna explore different genres, and I understand that. But big props to him on his show tomorrow. Where is it at?
At the Beehive, downtown LA,
Y'all heard it at the
between 5 and
Beehive.
10 p.m.
Y'all be there. Go if you're out in the Los Angeles area and you want to have a good time. Check out Shaka because while I said the gangster rap stuff is not my deal, I think Shaka would sound good rapping the ABCs.
Yeah, I mean, he is
you
very
know?
talented. Right,
Yeah.
he's talented. He has a flow.
Hmm.
He has a
He
nice
hasn't.
flow.
Yes, he does. Yes,
And
he does.
Shaka was in a short film too.
Oh,
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna post it on my. I'll send it to you. He was in
yes.
a short film. He's really trying to take advantage of his. He's got a little pub after doing Real Life Street Star. That was really big for him,
Hmm.
and he's taking advantage of it, of his celebrity, and he's gregarious and charismatic too. Anyway, so
Yes, he is.
um, I really hope the best, and he's got the family and two of the most adorable little boys,
Like I
and
said, it's my preference that I'm like, he should stick to like conscious or whatever. And that may be because that's the lane in which I kind of saw him or
absolutely.
heard him. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why I'm stuck on it.
I
But
think
like
that
I
he has
said,
more of a story to tell in the
hmm
conscious community and telling his story,
his
surviving
life story.
cancer.
Yep.
Yeah, surviving
Hmm.
cancer, surviving living in a cult twice.
Hmm.
Shaka,
Yep.
what a lot of people don't know, Shaka was raised in a cult. His mother gave he and his brother to this cult church, and they
Hmm.
raised him. So carbonation wasn't far fetched for him,
Yeah.
you know. And so he's got an interesting story, an interesting life. Um, from Pasadena. Um, his he has a lot of musical people in his family. So yeah, I wish them nothing but the best. Anytime these kids are doing something, me and Medea definitely want to be. your biggest cheerleaders, especially if you're doing stuff that's positive, because a lot of times we report on the negative aspects. Um, so it's good to have a little good news to share.
Yeah, but tonight's news wasn't negative. Tonight's news was basically, I told you so. I told you so too much. I told you so.
If you guys can't afford an attorney, you might want to give Medea a call and make nicey nice.
I would listen. I would hang right up on them.
Can't
I
hurt
would
to
hang up.
try.
I would hang
Medea,
up.
what do we do? How do we file a habeas corpus?
Mm-mm.
How?
Nope. Mm-mm.
You know Robert Booker's not answering their calls.
Robert Booker ain't answering nobody.
Nope. He dust that off his shoulder. He that dirt off his shoulders and just went ghost. Didn't you tell me that somebody told you that Robert Booker was on TV?
Okay, someone came into my DMs and they were like, "Hey, I just saw an episode of the first 48 hours, and Robert Booker was the attorney, and that guy got life without the possibility of parole." They were like, "Does he win any cases?" I was like, "Stop." I was like, not too much on the goat. Not too much on the goat. Robert is the goat.
Oh, the goat of what? Losing cases? The goat of getting life sentences for his clients? That's what
Apparently.
he's the goat of.
Apparently.
I, I would love to find that episode.
I've been looking for it. I'm still searching for it. I'm not gonna stop till I find it. I actually DM'd them back and was like, "Oh my God, where on YouTube? Where did you see it? Send me the link. Is there a link? Can you send it?" And they haven't responded.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Hmm.
Oh man, that's funny. Poor Robert Booker.
Hmm.
I feel sorry for him uh for what he had to go through, but as always, I still gonna go down with the boat saying he sucked.
Robert Booker was an excellent attorney. He had a special set of
No,
circumstances.
okay, let me ask you something. Diddy's lawyers have a big a mountain to climb, don't they?
Yeah, and they trying to climb
Okay,
it, but they just
and they're
keep
trying,
falling off of it.
but that's all right. Do you see him scratching and trying to get up that hill? Yes, you do. And then
Hmm.
at the end of this, if
This man
what's the
can't
lead
shut
attorney
up.
Steele?
No, the lead attorney is Mark Agnafilo.
Okay, Mark Agnafilo, if he turns to the jury and says, "Oh, by the way, I don't condone freak offs. My client is, I want to apologize on behalf
Alexa,
of my
stop.
client."
Hmm.
Uh, tell me that would not be uh shocking.
Mark Agnafilo would never do that. He
Exactly.
would
And
never.
why did Robert Booker do it?
Because Robert Booker,
Is not an all-star.
no, he also said during his summation that, he has daughters too.
Who cares? You're supposed to be fighting for a man's life.
I know, but I pick up on those hidden things that people say. I'm sitting there
Y-
like, what does that have to do with this? But I was like, oh, he's letting it be known that he has empathy. Like if Nature Boy had one of his daughters ripped up, he would have probably like, jacked him up. He would have probably went rogue, type thing. Like he would have probably I was
He
like,
would.
dang, Robert.
Right. Okay. That is not
Mm-hmm.
something you want a defense attorney to do.
Mm-mm.
He's supposed to be getting sympathy. Even his lawyer didn't like him. Even his lawyer thought what he was doing was disgusting.
Yeah.
That was before the sentencing. That was before the judge
Well,
had made up
he
her
did
mind.
he did actually make an argument for he was like, Your Honor, I think that He has some redeemable qualities, and I would ask that
It was a
the
little too
court.
late.
No, he did. He made an argument.
But he put forth zero evidence that he was a good guy and had redeemable qualities.
What evidence was he gonna put up there?
Hey,
Was he
I
gonna
didn't go to
get?
law school.
Was he gonna get? Was he gonna get? Juju to get brought back into the courtroom after he was screaming, uh, "This is malicious prosecution. He is God. He's God. Nature Boy is God. He's God."
Oh man, I
What was
don't
he
know.
supposed to
He could
do?
have. He Wait a minute. He had three. Where was that white dude who testified for him in at the arraignment the probable cause hearing?
You mean the bond hearing, the character
The bond.
witness?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yes, the bond hearing. The character witness. Where was Anna the God?
She
Now
was in the
I would have.
courtroom.
Why didn't he call her and figure out some?
Mm,
Have you were around the cult? Did you see any abuse? Did you see did everybody look like they were able to come and go as they please? Why didn't he put her on the stand instead of those three or four?
I have no
It's
idea.
ridiculous. It's like he didn't know who he was dealing with. He should have told Nature Boy, if you want to go to jail for the rest of your life, then I will put them on the stand. Otherwise, let me run this. They should have at least done what Diddy's lawyer did and just relied on a closing statement instead of having all those nitwits up there.
Mm. And the thing is, in Diddy's case, the defense didn't call that one witness
Nope. And that
because
and Nature Boy would have been better off doing that as well.
the burden of proof lies with the prosecution, not the defense.
Absolutely.
And the judge will instruct the jury that they cannot hold that against Mr. Combs because he does not have to prove that he's innocent. The presumption of innocence is already there for every defendant.
Well, based on how the attorney laid out her closing argument, sounds like they've got him on several charges.
They have him on several predicates, but you never know what the jury is going to do or what their
Oh,
view is going to be. So we'll just have to wait and see.
and so they start deliberating tomorrow.
Monday.
Oh, because yes, tomorrow's Saturday, so they're not going to
Mhm.
work over the weekend. That's a long. Are they sequestered now?
No,
Ooh,
the
whoa.
jury deliberations will begin on Monday. So on Monday they will be, sequestered and housed, I guess,
But
in
they had the
in an
whole
undisclosed
weekend.
location. Yeah,
They they had the whole weekend to mull this thing over. I would be nervous as heck. I would be on both sides. I would be
I think that's better.
sweating
I think that's
bullets.
better for the verdict. For I think that's better for a verdict, regardless of how it comes out, because each juror will be able to kind of think back to different things in the closing arguments. And I heard that there was some jurors smiling or laughing when Mark Agnafilo was up there, but I don't really lend any credence to that because in Martha Stewart's trial, the jury was laughing and smiling and giggling and still found her guilty, and it was a federal case.
Mhm.
Also, in Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, they were laughing and giggling with her, and she was found guilty on all counts. In another gentleman's case, I think it was Robert Collins, He was also, this was during voir dire, which is the jury selection. The
Mm-hmm.
prosecution took great issue with one of the potential jurors, like smiling and laughing during the jury selection process, and the defense was like, no, 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 we want him, we want him. The jury still came back with a unanimous guilty verdict. So, I mean, it's human nature. Like, it doesn't. Have you ever been somewhere out and about and something funny happens or somebody says something funny and you actually just laugh out loud, but you didn't mean
Yes.
to?
Yes. You didn't know you were gonna laugh as loud as you actually were.
Right.
Well, don't ever sit next to my sister and I at a funeral because you will get so embarrassed because there's
Oh,
always something to laugh about.
that's terrible. Not a
It
funeral.
is. Oh yes. Oh yes. My father.
No.
Oh, I could just see him turning around in his seat, staring daggers at us for being inappropriate. It's just how we handle grief. But yeah, yeah, there. I don't think that that has anything to do
Mm-mm.
with how the jury is gonna come back. Because Nature Boy's jury, for the most part, was stone faced throughout. I couldn't peg them one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they were very stone faced. They were very stoic. They didn't lead on. They didn't make. No one tried to stand out. Um, only the two white people they stood out, but everybody else is just kind of there. So you can't ever tell what a jury is thinking. The
Mm-mm.
jury could be laughing and giggling, like you said, come back guilty on all counts,
Yeah.
or they could come back and I think that's dumb to hang your hat on. But some content creators are out there uh, paying a lot of credence to it.
Yeah, I heard that. I was just like, that doesn't make it does laugh smiling. Like, I've been in situations where I've laughed when it was actually not really appropriate to laugh. So I'm like, that don't mean nothing.
Mm-mm, not at all. So
So
they start deliberating. I mean, I it's 14 of them, correct?
no, it's gonna be 12.
Or 12 because two were dismissed.
Well, no, it's they have the full jury and they have alternates, but at the end of the day there's only 12 men and women of a jury that make the final decision. So the
Right, but
final cut
it's
is
12.
12.
Okay. So of these 12 people, of these 12 individuals who have spent the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks,
7.
okay, 7 weeks. Wow. That it really went by fast though.
Mm-hmm.
The past 7 weeks on this trial, do you think that they're not gonna go home and either talk about it, read about it, Google it? I mean, because you can't go anywhere without it being on the news, especially there in New York.
I
I
don't
think that
know.
a lot of some of those jurors are going to cheat. I think you can comfortably call it cheating. They're going to snoop. They're going to be curious.
It's possible.
That's the risk you run uh having them non sequestered.
Yeah.
See, the OJ jury, they were sequestered, and I think that lasted longer than 7 weeks. I can't check because I can't hear me. Did they ever bring up sequester during pretrial?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I would have really fought for that because if okay, so if you were a juror, would you be able to fight the temptation?
If I was a juror, I would be going home listening to all the vloggers every single night, going to different vloggers, like, what's going on? What do they think? What do they think?
You wouldn't be able to help yourself, right?
Hmm?
You wouldn't be able to help yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
That's why they need to be sequestered. Put put a one in the chat if you think those jurors are, at least half of them are googling Sean P Diddy Combs trial.
In O.J.
Who was
Simpson's trial, the jury was sequestered for 8.5 months. The
yes,
trial went from January to October. It took the jury all of only 3 to 4 hours before returning with a not guilty verdict.
and they say it's always because it was a mostly black jury. If you would have had doubt as well if you would have been in that courtroom as I no I wasn't in the courtroom but I was watched it every single solitary day. And uh after you heard about Mark Furman and the N-word tapes and the blood and the DNA, nobody can say that they would have had doubt. And after OJ
Hmm.
put that damn glove on, it was lights out for the prosecution.
Right.
That would be a really good trial to watch, Medaya, in retrospect, because it was entertaining as hell. They had Rosa Lopez, the maid who couldn't speak English. It was crazy. It was wild. Then you had Judge Ito, who wanted to be famous. It was a mess. It was a mess. So, Nature Boy, if you're listening, which we know you are, you got to start over, buddy. You need to hire a lawyer. Instead of trying to get motel rooms and paying their rent, you have got to get a lawyer because this is just playing lawyer, cosplaying.
Nah, he said he's getting out next month. Next month is,
Um,
how long is it to next month? Let me see. He getting out next month. First of all, it was before, it was April. Then it turned into May. Now it's
and
next month.
remember, November 19th.
Oh,
That was
last
the
year.
day. Oh yes, November 19th.
Mhm.
Your your birthday.
Mhm.
They were saying, watch out. That's when
I
it's
knew
gonna
that. Look,
happen.
I knew it wasn't
Some
happening on my birthday.
something
But
special's about to happen. Something special's about to happen.
but look, the next month is in 72 hours, less than 72 hours. So I just want to see him get out next month. I want to see this next month happen. Oh
It's not
shoot. Okay,
gonna.
guys, I got to go. I got to head out. I have an emergency situation going down that I have to capture.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Replay gang, big up yourself. Replay gang, if you swipe to the left, you'll be able to read the live comments. And also, you'll be able to see the pinned comment where I advertise frequent flyness. Guys, if you have not yet subscribed to frequent flyness, check my girl out. She's going to show you all here in a little bit on the YouTube streets how to travel in style, class, and have a good time, eat some good food. Check her out. All right.
Good
Did
night,
y'all
everybody.
sub
I
to
just
her
want to
yet?
say thank you, thank you, thank you. Love y'all. Ciao, ciao.
All right. Later, guys.